Hello, everyone.
Oh, that's what I look like.
Yeah, that's what you look like.
Sorry, I got a little hair due from the hurricane outside when I took the dog out just a second ago.
Yeah. So, yeah, we had to do some last minute ad libs here. We were actually on our iPad, and
I don't know if you hear it.
I don't know if you can hear it, but yeah, we're in our in-laws' house. We've lost power, so we're making the best of it. So we are going to be talking tonight a little bit here, about Milton. Obviously, that'll be one of the topics. And we're actually going to bring on really soon here Mel's brother, who's in Orlando.
Who's getting beaten on the other side of the state. So We'll get a good, both perspectives.
So we'll get perspectives. Yeah, we're over here closer to the shore, the brunt of it. And Jason's got the weather coming through Orlando as well. We'll also talk a little bit to finish up our Alaska chat as time allows, and talk a little bit about the airport and the travel home. But let me go ahead and bring Jason on board here. There he is.
Oh, hi.
Hello. Oh, and I also see that Eddie was in the chat and Cruise Nuts in the chat. I appreciate you guys both being here. And actually, my other brother's there too, Chris.
Yep, Chris is there, and Orange Clone Vlog. Thank you guys all for stopping by. Yeah, I know, right? Where's the stapler?
Yeah.
Right? I'll flood the state if I can't get my stapler.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, so yes, Cruise Nuts. I guess before we get started, let us go ahead and level set. We are okay. We are fine. We chose not to actually evacuate the area based on news reports. It's always, you're always going to have people who question the decision you make. Those that live in Florida and have been through a lot of storms. I mean, we've been here for
20 years.
20 years.
This is the closest we've gotten hit. And the strongest we've gotten hit.
Yeah. But I mean, the first year we were down here was 2004. And that's where we had Charlie.
Four hurricanes.
What was it? Charlie, Ivan, Janine. I don't even remember of them. But we've been through so many that, we trust the weathermen. One in particular, and that's Dennis Phillips.
Yes. He's our local weather guy that we trust, and he's really good.
Yeah.
Advocate in the neighborhood. He's very loved by the local people. So
yeah, and he's the type of guy, in all honesty, on what we have seen, who doesn't use like shock words and trying to pull up people to get ratings. He just tells you how it is. And it looks like CJ was able to join us too, so I'm gonna go ahead and bring him on board.
Hi, what's up, everybody?
Awesome.
I'm prepared to shelter in place, snorkel. I've got water wings. I'm ready to go. Oh, and a butt ton of ramen soup from Sam's before they sell it.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah, we just had our dinner just in time for the power go out. So at least we got our food microwaved and heated up before we powered out.
Yeah. But we've got Lynn who's dropped in as well. So thank you so much up in New Jersey. And you've got Eddie as well. Looks like they were there for Charlie. And he had to leave her behind and drove to Miami because he had to go to work the next day.
Yeah.
So as you can see, CJ behind him, he's outside. I'm surprised you're out there, CJ. It's so loud.
I can't even hear what you people are saying. I mean, it is so loud outside.
Yeah, I was just out there taking the dog out, and she had to go out really bad. So we went out there, broke the umbrella and everything.
Yeah. So Dennis Phillips, he's got, rule number 7 for those who are not in the Florida area. And that's don't panic. He will tell you it's time to take action and don't panic unless he tells you to panic. So he's been pretty good at the weather and figuring out where it's going to hit and get good advice. You run from the water, you hide from the wind. So, we don't have flooding problems in our house. We're not near any storm surge. We're over 7 miles from the coast, so there's no concern there. And
How's your pond, TJ?
What?
Your pond.
Oh, how's our pond?
Yeah.
It's not full yet. There's at least, it could take a foot of water without a problem. Definitely.
Yeah, Jason said that his pond's pretty full.
Oh.
No, the
Ours
retention
wasn't
pond
empty.
is.
Yeah.
so,
The lake behind it's still okay.
Okay.
Orange Cloak Flugs wants to know where your scuba tank and flippers are, CJ.
You know what? They're actually buried behind the other cars in storage, all piled into the garage and stuff. And I could not get to my scuba gear. As it is, this is actually Kristine's. I was like, oh, it's pink. It's okay. It'll match my Caribbean shirt for, my outdoor seating and, But, yeah. Unfortunately, no scuba gear.
Yep, I've got Eddie asking me to go out again. I don't have any flags this time, Eddie.
We took our flags down and left them at the house.
We evacuated. I will though take you guys out front to show ours here in a minute as well. You might hear Peach in the background.
She hears the shutters rattling, so she thinks somebody's knocking at the door.
But yeah, so Mel and I did leave our house because ours is a frame house, and in all honesty, we didn't know the path where exactly it was going. We were well within the cone to begin with, so to be on the safe side, we left there and came to Mel's parents' house, who has hurricane shutters, and it's rated up to 140-mile-an-hour winds. Latest trajectory still has it hitting south. It's supposed to still hit like right around the Sunshine Skyway, I believe, was the last estimate.
Yeah, right over my parents' house.
Yeah, right over your parents'
So your parents good still?
My parents are still, they're not at the house. They did evac since they're in a zone A, and they're at a middle school about 4 or 5 miles in from them at most. Like I said, they're actually in lockdown. They texted me at 5 o'clock and said, we're not allowed out, and the shelter's now in lockdown till noon tomorrow.
Yeah.
PT.
So as you saw there, Eddie was daring me, but then he was like being honest and like, yeah, don't go out there. I'm not. I will go out.
I could go outside.
So
I have no problem. I could totally go outside. I put a bathing suit on for this and everything. I mean, I am ready to go.
Oh my gosh.
Let's see.
Well, obviously you still have power, and then Jason
We still have power.
Yeah.
Yep. But now we're outside. It's a little wet. There's the neighbor's
Obviously.
place behind me, but here's that lake you were asking about. So it's still got some room for. It's still definitely got a little room to grow. Wow! It just almost blew the iPad out of my hand.
Wow.
I think I'm sideways now. And there goes service.
Well,
Boy, that's less than fun.
well, yeah, we lost your picture, but we still got your audio. So.
Oh yeah. Well, it's just wet.
Looks like you're working and watching and saying that if you ruin the iPad, she's not getting you another one.
Yeah, that's okay. I'll just put it under the homeowner's claim.
Let me see what the wind speed is.
Now I'm sideways now. Well, now
Right.
Let me see if I can figure that out. Hold on.
Yeah. Well, while she's doing that, Jason, how's the weather over by you right now?
It's not too bad. It's just a lot of rain, and I'm actually going to look out.
Looks like we have. Go ahead, Jason. Can you tell me what your wind speed is over there, Jason? And for the record, Jason, where do you live? Winter Garden?
I live in Winter Garden.
Yeah, Winter Garden.
It's not too bad
north
right now.
of Orlando.
Oh, there's a breeze.
Yeah, there's a little breeze out.
Yeah, it looks like the rain kind of stopped.
You still have wind, though, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, these are our 2 trees that we hope don't fall on us.
Yeah. So we have sustained winds of 27 miles per hour right now, with gusts up to 55 currently. And looks like the wind's coming from the north. Let's see, it's going northeast, right? Am I reading that right? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
We got, I think, 20-mile-an-hour winds with gusts of up to 40, I think.
yeah. So it's coming from the northeast, but it's gusting southwest because we've got the curvature of the force.
Yeah, we're supposed to get, I think, between 9 and 12 inches of rain.
Yeah.
Yeah, about a foot of rain when it's all said and done.
So
So, and it's nicely telling me that the wind is making it feel cool outside.
right.
I'm not.
But I mean, hey, this is what you get. You know, when you're in Florida, you always get the risk of this kind of weather.
Yeah.
So there's
Live
the
in
retention
paradise
pond.
the rest of the time.
Ooh, yeah, that pond is
Oh
looking
yeah.
pretty
That's,
full.
that's just the retention pond. The lake is down there. That's just the retention pond.
Wow. Yeah, when I
So, yeah,
actually
I've never seen it that full.
when we actually had power and internet here, I was actually going to hook up to our cameras at home so you guys can see our retention
Pulled them
pond.
up actually, so
Oh.
I don't know if you can see it, but that's our
Okay.
front door.
You have to go up
Hold
to
on,
the
it's
camera.
not playing.
Can't see it.
Hold on.
So
So wait, so you guys have no power where you are right now? You aren't
No.
running on battery?
no, we got nothing at the Skinner's place. The grid that they're on with the Lacucci seems to lose power
Yeah. all-
most times.
So I knew we were gonna do it. I just didn't realize we are gonna lose it this early.
Yeah.
We've had a couple of little power flickers, a little browning out of the lights once or twice, but only enough to like reset the TV once out of the whole time. So
Yeah.
it's been pretty. Other than windy and noisy,
The retention pond.
it's been
Okay.
as good as it can be.
And the roads
Right.
out front are flooded.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kristine reports that our roads out front in the neighborhood are starting to flood. They've got an inch or two of water.
Well, I'm happy to report it's still standing.
The RV is still
Mine
standing.
is too. I just looked at mine before I got on the live feed. Mine's still standing. It's still attached to my truck. They're both still there. So,
Lynn's asking if we have generators. Yes, at least
I
Melanie,
actually
the Skinners have one here, and you guys, right? CJ?
Jason, you don't have a generator, do you?
No.
No.
So I have two standalone generators, and my truck that pulls the camper has its own generator on board. So I actually have 3 separate generators.
That's the side of our house where our pond is.
It's kind of hard to see. Obviously, I can't. I was hoping there you go. That's the side of our house.
Does your
can
pond
see
finally
our-
have water in it?
Yeah, the pond does. I mean, if anybody was watching, the morning show with Eddie Lugo and Jeremy and Cheryl, I had talked a bunch of times about it being bone dry for the first time in like 10 years.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time there was real water in there.
Yeah, and so now, between
Oh, our,
Debbie hitting and
our-
then Helena last week and this one.
our gate blew wide open.
Oh yeah, our gate did blow up.
Our neighborhood gate is now broken open, apparently, we've been told as well.
Mm.
That's just what the Facebook says, so I don't know if I believe it, because it's the Facebook, and I don't always trust that.
I tried
Right.
MySpace.
Yes, Eddie. It's actually we parked it in our driveway based on the direction of the wind. It's kind of cutting through the wind where it's sitting. It's still getting a little bit on the side,
But the house is
Oh.
hopefully blocking some of it.
but yeah, the house and our neighbor's house is blocking.
It was
some of it.
better than where it was sitting.
Yeah, where we had it, there was just way too many trees. At least at my house, there's one oak tree. Now, of course, in hindsight, I was not thinking of the curvature of the wind pattern with the hurricane, and I was thinking the tree would be blowing towards the northeast, and forgot that it's reversed the direction of the storm because we're on the curvature. So it's actually going to be, if it does fall, it's actually falling into our bedroom. So let's hope
You
that
wanted to
tree-
remodel it for a while.
That's true. But yeah, we brought the camper there as well. Also, just because if we do lose power at the house, like we have already here, for any kind of extended period
We'll
of
be
time,
sleeping in that camper.
we've got the camper. Our camper has solar panels as well. So it pulls enough juice to be able to at least run the camp fridge there. So we'll still be able to put our medication that requires refrigeration and some essential foods in there. And then use the camp stove to cook things as necessary if we lose power.
I don't know if you guys hear the noise behind me. You must.
We hear
It
it.
is bad. I might have to mute you when you're not talking. That's how loud.
That is a significant increase in the past 10 minutes of sustained breezes.
Wow.
That's pretty wild back there now.
Yep. Hey, KKs, thank you for coming in. So actually what we might do is I can wander out and show you guys what it looks like outside here right now. Because the only way for me to see outside at this point is to go out through the garage.
Yeah, we got to go up to the garage 'cause we got shutters on.
Wait. You can use the emergency escape panel in the living room.
Yeah.
I'm not crawling through the window if I don't have to.
Oh, they just issued an extreme
wind, right?
warning.
Yeah.
So that would
Hillsborough
mean
in Pinellas County.
so that means 100 sustained 115 mile for more than 5 minutes. That's the definition of that from what I understand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Des Mosby.
Yeah,
Hey,
problem.
no, that's good.
No,
we
it's
need
good.
it.
It's
we
good.
need that information. All right, so I'm going to join on my iPhone, and I'll take you guys out front here. Let me. There we go. All right, let's take a walk. Let me get my nifty headband.
It's not dark out yet. You don't need to head. Oh well, it's dark out where you are.
It's dark in the garage and going through the house.
I forgot you said you had no power.
All right, I guess I will entertain you while he walks through the dark.
I don't have my dollar bills.
Yeah, we already did.
CJ, just send the power on.
Mom says bring the power over here, CJ.
Yeah, sure. You guys could have come down here where there's power and baked ziti and fresh made apple crisp. Kristine's been cooking.
Hey, we have our own hurricane snacks. Jason, what's your hurricane snacks?
We also bought a lot. We've got booze.
Oh,
Lots
yeah,
of booze.
Well, we bought pizza, so we had pizza, and Kaylee made these croissant mixed in with cookie dough.
Oh, that's
That was
cool.
really good. Covered
okay.
with cinnamon butter.
Yeah, that's going around on Face Talk, Book, Snapagram chat thing. My kids tried to make that a week or two ago.
Yeah, we got the dots, of course, because we're in the dots phase right now with the honey mustard or the mustard flavored one.
Yeah.
And Pringles, got to have Pringles.
But here we are.
Oh,
And
that's the outside.
This guy here at the end has already got his generator running, and from what I can see here, it has no rain cover on it. So let's hope they don't burn themselves down.
Yeah.
And it's literally right next to his house by the garage where the exhaust is going into the garage. I can tell from the way it's angled. So I'm worried about that.
That's what you're not supposed to do. You're supposed to have either
Yes.
a cover for your generator or
use it inside the house,
yeah.
right?
But yeah, you can definitely see out here.
Yeah, it actually
It
sounds
is.
worse in here, but it doesn't look so bad out there.
No.
Yeah, we
Maybe
can
that's
hear
the
it
evil
really
developer.
buffering against the wall behind us.
The evil developer over there must have taken all the trees down.
You're so funny,
I know.
TJ. You're so funny.
Well, I can't help it. I still, my developer left all these trees in the back for me to get. They
Yeah.
are. I got 60
That's because you back up
back
to a
there.
wetland.
Definitely some big ones. We've already heard a couple of branches snap.
Is anybody else in the chat? Are they anywhere in Florida that we need to check on them? I know Eddie, you're up in Georgia. I know a lot of Georgia's been issuing like notices down here of shelters. You should flip the truck around. That was for a quick getaway. because we backed it up because we had to empty all our stuff. What is all that, CJ?
Where? Oh, that was the umbrella. It's
Oh.
laying down now. It's taking a nap.
Okay.
And that was the fire stand thing. It's laying over a little bit now too, but it's okay. And those are the trees that I'm expecting to maybe lose some branches.
Yeah, I'm eyeballing one that's back here that's probably gonna hit the road tomorrow or tonight.
Yeah.
These things are leaning at a serious angle.
Oh yeah, Eddie, I was just saying that I've seen a lot of posts that people were offering their places in Georgia for shelters for people evacuating the storm, because a lot of the hotels already are full from people who already had damage from Helene. So there's like no hotel rooms like anywhere up in the Big Bend area. So people were heading to Georgia.
You
Yeah.
can go camping at the Atlanta Speedway.
Here, Peach.
Oh. Yeah, the Atlanta Motor Speedway was offering a place, and I saw that a couple of the campground, the fairgrounds that's up there near Perry, I think also.
Okay.
So did most of the neighbors stay? Oh, in this neighborhood, yes. The neighbors, this whole neighborhood is new construction built. So everybody has shelter or shutters in this neighborhood. And so a lot of people did stay, just because we knew we weren't probably going to get direct hit. And good thing it's gone south, and it's good for us, bad for them. And it also is going back up through Tampa Bay's mouth again. So that's not good for the storm surge.
Yeah. She's been a little uneasy for sure.
She had to go out into the bathroom in pouring down rain.
Yeah, she got really soaked.
All of our neighbors were using the landfall class as a determining point. All of our construction is mostly done in 2010 in our neighborhood. So they all decided if it was a 3 or less at landfall, that they're staying here. It was only if it was going to be a 4 or more that people were bailing out. That was the general consensus. And that's the same where we went as well.
What about you, Jason? Did your neighbor stay? Do you know?
Yeah, I see most people are still here because I mean we're inland, so it's mostly gonna be wind damage.
You think a lot of people from the West Coast came over to you guys?
Probably.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want to go north.
I never thought I'd actually use that sign, guys. I just thought it was cool on my porch.
I can't see it. I know it's something to do with hurricane.
And yeah, Eddie, I was just thinking about that while I was out there to flip the truck around and have the heavier end near the top. So as far as the wind goes.
I'm not going out there now.
No, we might wait a little bit. Chris was asking, when did the power go out? It actually went out, around 6? Or a little before 6?
Probably about 6 o'clock. It's been over an hour. It's already starting to get warm in here.
Yeah.
It could be this bright light sitting right here too, so you guys can see us.
Yeah. But
I don't expect the power to come back on just because the crews are not getting out in this. So
No.
Unless the power ferries are going to go out there and do it, we probably won't have power until maybe tomorrow, but who knows?
Yeah, the good thing is, I've been off a new CPAP machine. So anyone who has a CPAP to sleep, you guys know that it's critical to be able to have for a good night's rest. Well, my old CPAP had one plug that I got an adapter that goes into this big battery backup that can run with the humidifier. It can run for about 10, 11 hours. And without the humidifier turned on, the CPAP can actually run up to 5 days, as far as, on average, 8 hours each night. But it has a cigarette plug adapter that needs to go into the battery backup. So I made the decision, 2 days ago?
Yeah.
To go ahead and just buy it just in case. And I'm so glad I did, because I'm going to be using that battery backup tonight to be able to sleep. Looks like CJ may have froze.
Yeah, we're like mute you.
Yeah.
What?
Here we go.
We get a lot of feedback from you, CJ.
Yeah, I had to mute CJ because he was getting a lot of feedback, and it looks like he's frozen right now. We'll see. Oh, looks like he unfroze. I'll unmute him. Oh, he choked.
I had myself muted as well.
Got it.
Yeah, I did a little muting because, again, it was almost impossible to hear anything going on out there at this point. It was getting pretty rough.
Yeah. All right. So with talks of Milton, we can actually maybe shift gears just for a few minutes. Because we also, before Milton was hitting us, we're going to talk a little bit about the last part of our Alaska cruise. And that was our fun time of hanging out at the airport for how many hours, CJ? We got there at like 8 in the morning, 9 in the morning?
Yeah, it was like 12 hours.
Like 12 hours or so?
Yeah, 12 hours in an airport lounge with unlimited booze and food. Oh my God,
Yeah.
It was the world's worst.
Anyway, yes, thank you,
Thank you,
Lynn,
Lynn.
for stopping by.
Bye, Lynn. I know her.
But
You know her.
I know her. She's a vendor
know
with my
her.
company. Yeah,
Oh,
she's
okay.
a vendor with our company.
cool.
Nice.
But yeah, so I have to give the kudos to Mel. She was the one who did the research on what we could do, because really that was the big question. It was like, we're coming off of a 7-day cruise to Alaska, and what are we going to do? We didn't really want to traipse around the city again, but we also didn't want to sit in the airport, just in the main terminals, especially with how ripped up it was, because it's going through updates. So Mel did some research, and tell everyone what you figured out.
So in my research, I discovered that Alaskan Airlines had a couple lounges that you could purchase a day pass. So if you weren't a member, which members get in, I guess, with their credit card, but if you wanted to stay there, you could purchase, I think it was $60 per person.
Yep.
So if you think about it, if you're going to be at the airport all day long and you're going to be spending money on food and whatnot and sitting in uncomfortable chairs, you're probably going to spend close to $60 anyway. So why not go to the lounge and have comfy seating, and it's not overcrowded, and free food all day, and you have beer and wine pretty much unlimited all day. So we got to watch the planes go by with the mountains in the background. It was perfect.
Yeah. But with that being said, the one thing is, if you are not flying first class, at least with Alaska Air, so if you weren't flying first class, or you didn't pay for the paid membership to get in, then it was on availability basis. So you couldn't pre-book. You basically had to go there and say, hey, do you have room? And so the place that we initially wanted to go to, because as Mel said, there's 3 in.
Actually, I only
in
thought there was
SeaTac.
2.
No, there are 3.
Oh, okay.
There were 3 in SeaTac,
wow.
and the N terminal, or the N Annex terminal, was actually the best. Those are the ones that you see. It was the most recently built, floor-to-ceiling windows that wrapped around. It was almost kind of out there. Oh yeah, we got a little.
You don't often see the whole stage. I mean, not the whole stage.
Is your screen on fire? It looks like flames, like a dumpster fire going across the screen.
I just got a flash flood warning.
Yeah.
Flash flood warning for you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, ours has been going off. But I hear the increase in the wind, so I was wondering what our winds went to.
Yeah.
And we're getting another huge band coming like right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I just cleared it off my phone. I had a warning too.
But anyway, so yeah, back to. I'm sorry.
Sorry,
we got
squirrel
a squirrel moment.
I have to watch the weather too because we're getting a lot of tornado warnings.
Yeah,
too.
we just got to be cognizant of that. But yeah, so if you make it there and you can get to the N Annex terminal, that's the one that's kind of out there in the middle of the runway. So you actually feel like you're out there on the tarmac. And it's bigger than the other ones. However, we ended up finding room for all 6 of us, because my parents were there too, in our concourse. The one drawback was they closed, if I remember correctly, CJ, they closed at 7. So we still had 2 hours or so before our flight. But still, for $60
It wasn't
each,
bad.
unlimited drinks, snacks, food. It was the same food all day, but they had such a variety there that we were able to mix it up. You could do pork sliders, and then they also then had
salad, and then you
salad.
did pork salad, and then
they had tortillas, so you could do like
a little
taco,
Shrimp gumbo, shrimp scampi, pork.
right.
So it was very limited, but you could be real creative on making a full meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner with it.
Out of pork.
Yeah. Out of pork, yeah. The other thing we didn't know, which in hindsight we were worried about it, like on the bus is when it finally hit that, wait a second, to get to all these lounges, you have to go through security. And you can't check your luggage. Generally, you cannot check your luggage earlier than like 3, maybe 4 hours before your flight. Yeah. So with us being there at 8 in the morning, we were having a problem. Lucked out that when we got there, because we took a private transfer from the port to the airport, and they didn't drop us off in the normal cruise transport drop-off area. So when we were going to Alaska Air, we figured we'd at least ask to see if there was anything that could be done, since we were coming off of a cruise ship, and were there any exceptions to be able to check the luggage.
I know, you're nervous, boo-boo.
That's when we found out that actually, yes, there was. And if we had to go back into the drop-off point in the, hey, how's it going, big family expedition? Sorry, got sidetracked, but thanks for coming in. So if you went to the drop-off point where the cruise ship transfers dropped you off, there was actually a Delta and Alaskan Air check-in that would take cruise-specific passengers' luggage as long as you dropped it off before 11 a.m. And they would actually hold it and take it through everywhere it needs to happen for you, as long as you dropped it off by 11. So it lucked out. It was perfect. We were able to drop our luggage off there, get it all checked in, and then get through security and hang out in that lounge. It was nice.
Jason,
I got really good at going through security.
Oh.
Yeah, that was the one thing. Obviously, no smoking there, so you guys had to go in and out.
Tampa is so much better with having multiple smoking sections in every terminal and every wing.
Jason, are you going to Alaska next year? May?
Yeah, I'm going in May.
Yeah. Oh, sweet.
So you haven't picked your flights out yet, right?
No, I don't think we booked our flights yet.
Okay.
Get the ones with extra leg room.
Yeah. That would be good. And quite honestly, in hindsight, I know we did the red eye coming back to save money. Mm-hmm. We still couldn't sleep on it anyway. And so I'd rather pay a little bit more to come back at a decent time if we did it again.
Yeah.
Well, you guys made the mistake of going to bed when you got home, too.
Yeah, we did.
Right.
We did go to bed.
I forced Kristine and I, when we got off that plane at 7 a.m., whatever, we went out and chores as if it were a normal day that we'd just gotten up at 7, and I didn't let her even think about sitting down till like 6 that night. It was an easier recovery for us because we didn't fall asleep right away.
I know we were beat.
We crashed.
I know. Brian needs his 14 hours of sleep a night.
I do. But yeah, so I think that ended our Alaska trip. I mean, that was one of our bucket lists for sure. And I know, Jason, that like we were saying, you're going next year. I forgot. Were you on Royal as well? Were you on one of those?
Yeah, we're going on Royal. We'll be on the Quantum of the Seas.
Nice. Okay. Nice shit.
Where are you going again?
What?
Where are you going again?
We're going to Skagway, Sitka, Juneau, and Victoria.
British
Oh,
Columbia.
so you're pretty much doing the same
Same
inside
itinerary.
passage.
Yeah, we didn't hit Sitka. That was the one thing that our particular itinerary didn't have. We had an extra sea day,
Yeah.
in addition to the glacier day instead of Sitka.
I see it, Chris. If you're still here, I see it. He sent me. There's an extreme wind warning for Tampa, so I know it's coming.
Yeah.
It's supposed to make landfall at 9, so we'll obviously probably wrap up this so we can save our plane.
Do you guys see my lights flashing over here? Do you know?
I do.
Yeah, everything is in the past 5 minutes. I've had at least 3 or 4 flickers and brownouts here.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, one more thing, Jason. Do you have a channel you want to push here or promote here or anything?
I have my Twitch.
I know I put you on the spot.
No, it's fine. I have my Twitch streamer. It's the J Skins, the JAYSKINZ, and also I have a TikTok, the Jason Skinner, and yeah, that's also my YouTube channel is the Jason Skinner, but I'm not on it very much.
Okay.
Mostly, you can find me on Twitch and TikTok.
Okay.
What are you doing on this Twitch and TikTok?
I stream playing Fortnite usually.
Cool.
Yeah, I was just watching somebody earlier on. What was she on? I couldn't even figure out the game.
I can't remember. It was 99 Midnight Gamer. We linked up on Tuber Chat. She does a lot of streaming too. She does Red Dead Redemption 2. She's been doing that a lot. And then another game, and for the life of me, I can't remember it. It's kind of not really a Lord of the Rings thing, but it's got
Elden Ring.
Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, Elden Ring's very popular.
Yeah, it is.
It was something along that lines that she was working on. But
I'm almost done with Pokemon Violet finally. I'm like 95% of the way through. I just got to fill up my Pokédex and go catch a couple of mythicals.
it's funny. I dropped it to get both Violet and what was the other one?
Scarlet and Violet.
Scarlet and Violet, and I haven't even opened the box yet.
Well, when I switch to Scarlet, so I can get the version exclusives there, you can switch on. Because remember, that's the one that is 4 players, up to 4 people simultaneous playing in the open world.
Yeah, I know. I'm playing Star Wars Outlaws right now.
Yeah.
It's got its moments. It does have the Assassin's Creed feel. And it's just not bad. So it's kind of a twist between the Jedi Survivor and the Lost Order. So you've got that kind of open world-ish and Star Wars mechanic feel, but then you've got the range of Assassin's Creed. Kind of think of I would put it more like Assassin's Creed 2, the Ezio version, as far as the scope of the open world.
Okay.
It's between like 4 planets, and then you've got some space and some space stations you can access as well. Kind of like when you're riding across the fields from one city to another or something like that.
Okay.
So I think there's a lot of work that could still be done to enhance it, but it's not bad for the first true Star Wars open.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna ring back in with the game.
Sorry, we got off.
All right.
Right.
We do play games. Look, I just got an emulator for the camper. I have like a 3,000 game emulator now in the camper all the time. So gaming.
Okay, so what advice, DJ, and we'll tell him ours that we can give to Jason since he's going to Alaska for the first time. What advice can you think you can offer him?
There's not a lot of things that I would say publicly on the channel because I'm a wise guy there. But no, babysit the weather forecast right up until the day before you leave, because especially in May, it'll change on a dime. I had shorts because I was expecting 60s, and for me, 60s is shorts weather. And here I am in Seattle having to buy a $45 tourist ripoff sweatshirt because I'm freezing my gunders off. Watch the weather.
Yep. I'll probably plan for both.
Yep.
That's a smart. And I know I ended up wearing a lot of long sleeve shirts, like over t-shirts. Mm-hmm. And when we went out on like the whale watching or the balcony, I had the thermals on top of the jeans. Or
Ooh, the
whatnot.
Transformer just blew
So-
on public TV.
So,
Really?
I'm watching
where is that?
Dennis,
Bradenton.
ABC that he was just interviewing the lady across the street in this orange house, and the sparks went off and her house went black.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry, got distracted.
that's okay. Anyway, so other things for other Alaska advices: watching the weather right up to the minute. Having a 2 sets of clothes is a necessity. Keep in mind, Seattle is a screwed up town where they'll beat you to a pulp for smoking a cigarette, but it's okay for the cops to stand with you and get high. So they're kind of a screwed up.
I don't think he had to worry about
place.
that. That's
I'm just
not-
saying they're a
that's
screwed up weird place over there. They're literally like almost like another country.
Are you?
Their
do you
politics
plan
are
on-
weird and backwards.
Are you planning on staying in Seattle at all?
Yeah, we're actually going a day or two early to spend some time in Seattle because I've never
Okay.
been. We're going
So
to
watch-
the Space Needle
Yep.
and
So
a few other places.
watch our video, and there's some pointers in there about if you want to see multiple things. There's a pass you can buy that
Yeah.
will be cheaper than buying this item separate.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Pass.
Yeah. So
That was worth every penny. That was a good investment.
And then what else can I suggest? Stay close to the. I would stay kind of in the same area that maybe we did, so you can walk if you want, or you got to Uber everywhere.
Yeah,
Like,
we
July's.
our hotel is going to be near the Space Needle, so
Okay.
a lot of things we're going to do is sort of like walking for me distance.
Right. Yeah, and that's kind of where the hub of all that stuff is they kind of have some spokes right around the Space Needle, and then that occasional jaunt to get down if you want to get down to what was it, Miners Landing? There.
Yeah, down by Miners Landing, exactly. Yeah, it's a
Right.
little bit of a hike, but it's not the end of the world. Or Pikes Market, yeah, it's a little bit further south than that stuff.
Yeah, and you'll definitely have to take an Uber to the port because
Right.
That's way out of town.
yeah.
Yeah, we already saw that.
Okay.
Well,
But
if you plan to go to the Starbucks roastery when you
Master
go there,
Roastery.
Jason, I'm going to give you money to buy me some
Alcohol.
of the whiskey barrel coffee beans. So they take like Jameson whiskey. What was it? Jameson whiskey?
No, it's JD. It's JD.
Oh, JD. But it was Jack Daniel's whiskey barrels, and they put the coffee beans in there, which then soaks up the whiskey flavor, and then they do a cold brew with it. Oh my goodness!
So good.
I can take it on the ship.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
They probably
You
want
take it on the
I don't think
ship?
Yeah.
You can take it home with you in multiple quantities and distribute it to the three of us. You could, yeah, absolutely.
And mark it
Yeah.
up.
Actually, we'll probably just have you go drop it off at FedEx or something like that, so you don't have to take it on the ship. We'll pay for that.
Yeah, we can do that.
I'm sure I'll have
But
room.
actually,
on,
if you go, and if you like the coffee, then trying that cold brew, it doesn't. You can get it with or without whiskey. They have like a sample. But
I know you
it's
like
good.
Starbucks, so you definitely need to go there because you'll appreciate it.
yeah, it
yeah,
was very
well,
smooth, and the Starbucks coffee there, for whatever reason, tastes
Better than the burnt
sometimes
stuff.
different than it does over here.
Very much.
yeah, I haven't been into the Starbucks lately. I've been kind of just making my own coffee.
Oh yeah, I know because broke economics, you know.
Broke Bidenomics. That's right.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking going to bring political in it, but
Oh,
We
I
don't
don't,
want-
we
we don't
don't
want that.
discuss
no.
politicians on here. Okay. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Is there anything you want to ask us, Jason? I appreciate you spontaneously joining us today after I only gave you short notice.
That's okay. No, I can't think of it. I can't think of anything on the spot, unfortunately.
Okay.
I guess the last bit of advice is if you haven't already looked for excursions, figure them out what you want to do and book now, because some
They're
of them
expensive.
get super expensive the closer and closer you get and will sell out.
But yeah, and some things will sell out really fast, like the railroad. And
Yeah.
We I think we booked our excursions already.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Hello,
My mother-in-law's
RV
been
Talk.
heading that up.
Hey, RV Talk, welcome in. Yeah, right now we're good. Mel and I are at her parents' house because our house is a frame house and theirs is a block, but they're on one of the weaker grids for with Withlacoochee Power. So we've already lost power and expect to not have it until at the earliest tomorrow once the storm passes. But so far,
looks like we
Yeah.
still have power at our house because I'm still checking on this beautiful beast sitting here, my RV.
yeah. So our house still has power, and CJ and Jason.
Yeah, if you guys have a 3.5 mile extension cord, you can plug into my place here.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah,
you
I'm
know,
sure.
man.
I'm sure.
Sounds like-
Well,
I
So
think
if
I'm
you
on the
didn't
same
get
grid
your
as a fire
hand keynote
station,
across
so
the
I think
thing
I'm
that you
okay.
need to get out and run it for her, CJ.
Yeah, okay. What's
you
that,
already have
Jason?
your bathing
Hold on.
suit on. So
Hold on, Jason was saying something. What's up, bud?
Sorry. Yeah.
I just said I think I'm on the same grid as a fire station, so I don't. If we do lose power, we might actually get it back
oh,
earlier
lucky
than
you.
later.
That's fortunate.
Oh,
Yeah.
look at these.
Yeah, it's
Now-
weird. Phase one of this area is on one grid. It was, pre-done before their company bought the land. And then when they opened up phase two, I guess they tied into a slightly different grid that's more volatile than phase one. Hang on.
Tornado warning.
No. Oh,
Pasco
wow.
County-
Pasco County Fire has suspended all services and operations. Much like the purge, if something happens, you are effed.
Yes. So with that
That'd
being
be
said,
a great movie to watch if we had power.
So with that being said, you got a saw here. Yes, they have completely suspended Pasco County Emergency Services, which they said they would do once sustained winds hit 40 miles an hour. So obviously at this point we have 40 mile per hour plus sustained
Oh, we've
winds.
had that. So let me check our weather now. Oh, we are now, our wind is sustained at 31 and we're gusting to 62. So we're at the highest gusts we've had all day now.
Yeah.
Wow.
What about you?
It hasn't hit us yet.
What about you, Jason? You got it?
I'm looking.
Okay.
Let's
Yeah, they're
see,
looking for
we-
CJ.
Our
Eddie
wind is
says
at
they're looking for you,
22 miles
CJ.
an hour.
Yeah, they can. I'm
What'd you
sure
say,
they are.
Dave?
Let's see. I figured
Ours
let's take
is,
a look and see where I'm at.
22 miles an hour and gust of 44.
Okay.
22 and gust to 44.
So
So
it's just
Yeah.
gradually going up.
So just to let everybody know, we're about 2 hours apart from Jason. Jason is probably, if you're familiar with Florida, he's northwest of Orlando, about an hour north. Is that right?
No,
Right.
I'm about 12 miles west of Orlando.
Oh, okay. I thought you were further. And then
No.
we're about 30 minutes north of Tampa Bay, about maybe 45 minutes north of Tampa Bay.
yeah.
Looks
And
like I've
Steve-
got my highest at 29 is my highest gust just in the backyard with the barometer dropping at 9:44.
Oh, now we're gonna get a text message, and then the next thing's gonna be a phone call.
Yeah, I'm sure
Yes.
those will. Pasco does a good job about notifying you. Yeah, you get obviously that was the emergency on the iPhones, but then for us, we're signed up for Pasco County.
Oh, yeah.
I just
additional-
got I
I got a push
I just got my missed calls from Pasco County.
Oh, I
Yeah.
got a push notification too.
Yeah, oh yeah, I got that too. I got push notifications, voicemails, shelter in place, fire rescue suspended again, blah blah. I got 4 different notices for the same thing.
I know, me too.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
I mean, this is what they're showing on ABC right now. I'm not sure where they are, but it's destined to be landfall in Sarasota, which, if anybody is familiar with the Sunshine Skyway Bridge, it's going
That's
to be
been closed for a long time.
It's going to be right there south of it, probably, or
Yeah.
right at it.
Looks like RV Talk was born and raised near Tampa. So awesome. Floridian. No longer live there, but yeah, riding out the storm. Yeah, prayers all around. Wherever this comes ashore, the only good thing is that it's now more of a weaker 3, and they were anticipating potentially even just barely a 2 when it hit, but it's still going to cause a lot of destruction within that, 15, 20 mile an hour eye radius that, wherever it.
And it's hitting at 9 tonight instead of 2 a.m., which it started speeding up, which is great for us. Well, it's still going to be dark, but at least it's not.
Yeah, it'll go faster across the state.
Right. But yeah, at this point, He's gonna ride it out. Gonna ride it out.
We have about an hour and a half before landfall, and they're doing hourly updates now, so we probably need to check in to see what the next update is.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thanks again, Jason, for jumping in last minute to chat with us, especially to give some other perspectives of the weather there in Orlando.
So go check out his YouTube channel, you guys, and support him, okay? So support Jason, okay?
Thanks, CJ, for jumping on from your place as well. We're jealous.
Yeah, no
you
problem.
guys both still have power.
Hey, my camp
You guys-
is still there outside too, but I did lose some of my my plants and stuff in the garden. Some of them have like torn out and are flat at this point.
Oh man, one of his family's house is
Oh.
underwater for the second time. Wow.
I know.
So sorry. to hear
I know
that.
those people.
Sorry.
Oh, okay. What is this?
All right, Eddie. We'll talk to you later.
Take
So
care.
yeah, everybody, the next updates are getting ready to come out here shortly. So yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and call this a night. Everyone be safe. Prayers to everyone that are in the way of the storm. And we love you guys. So have a good evening.